Welcome to another video from 55 degrees north. In today's fortnightly Newcastle upon Tyne construction and restoration update, we're taking you around the city to explore the latest progress on some of Newcastle's most exciting developments. We will be visiting all the usual sites, including Pottery Lane and Pilgrim Place, and several other key projects shaping the future of the city. I also have an update on the Tyne Bridge restoration and the gates at Keys Arena, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video for that. Starting this week's update at Castle Leazes, where the brand new Students' Village for Newcastle University is taking shape, and trust me, you're going to be surprised in just how much progress has been made since the last update. Let's start with the most striking change. As we pan round the site, you can now clearly see 3 of the core lift shafts are fully completed, standing tall and giving us a first real sense of the scale up for this development. Just next to them, a 4th lift shaft nearly finished and a 5th already underway, still in its early stages, but progressing quickly. This is a huge milestone, as these cores form the backbone of the buildings. Looking further across the site, there's a lot more happening. Foundation work is now spreading across multiple areas, with crews working simultaneously to prepare for the next phase. You can really see how the pace has picked up compared to the previous update. Remember, the early wall structures we spotted in the last video, well, those are now partially completed, making another key step forward in the build. It's always satisfying to see these early stages turn into solid structures so quickly. And over the back of the site, drilling is still ongoing for additional foundations, keeping the momentum going behind the scenes. This groundwork might not be the most visible, but it's essential for what's coming next. So in just 2 weeks, we've seen major structural progress, expanded foundation work and completed wall sections. It's clear this project is moving at an incredible pace. We are now back at Leazes Park Road, checking in on the brand new Vita Students' Accommodation, and things are really starting to take shape. We're kicking things off at the front of the development as usual. Now, at first glance, you'll notice the building is still completely surrounded by scaffolding, but don't let that fool you. Zooming in a bit closer, you can see the brickwork has now reached the very top of the front elevation. That's a huge milestone. Structurally, this part of the building is really coming together, and you can start to imagine what the final facade would look like once the scaffolding comes down. Let's move round to the back of the site, and it's a similar story here. Still wrapped in scaffolding, still very much work in progress. But again, looking closer, the brickwork here has also reached the top of the building in the top corner. Another interesting detail, more prefabricated blocks have been delivered, but unlike the last ones we saw in the previous updates, these are flat. So it'll be interesting to see where those end up in the coming weeks. Now heading down to what will be the main entrance. We're seeing more panels fitted into the frame, and for the first time there are actually sections of glass being installed. That's always a big turning point in a build, when it starts transitioning from structure to finished space. And just nearby, a new wall is beginning to take shape in the courtyard area. It's the small details like this that hint at how the space will eventually function and feel for the students living here. Now, one of the most exciting parts of the project, the old Georgian building. Previously we saw restoration work underway to bring it back to life, and now the exterior work appears to be complete. Not only that, a brand new door has been installed at the entrance. It's a small change, but it really marks a transition from restoration to readiness. This building is no longer just being worked on, it's becoming usable again. Finally, moving back around to Leazes Park Road, and yes, as expected, it's still covered in scaffolding, but behind it, the brickwork continues to climb steadily toward completion. It's one of those phases where the outside progress might seem slow, but in reality, a lot is happening all at once. So there you have it, another step forward for the Vita Students' Accommodation project. From structural milestones to the first signs of finishing touches, this site is evolving fast. We are now moving down to Pottery Lane, where Olympian Homes are building the new apartment blocks, transforming the skyline in this part of the city. We're starting up here on the Redcliffe Bridge to get a clear view across the entire site, and honestly, at first glance, not much seems to have changed. Along the front elevation, the building is still mostly wrapped in scaffolding, almost like it's hiding its final look, with just some more of the scaffolding being removed in the place where it had been removed in previous update videos. Moving around towards the back, pins look very similar to the last update, but there's one small difference. Take a look beneath the window frames. Panels have now started to be fitted in. It's a small detail, but it's a clear sign that the external structure is gradually moving towards completion. Now, heading down onto Pottery Lane itself, and this is where pins get a bit more active. You can see crews are still hard work, digging large trenches. These are essential utilities, drainage systems, electrical feeds, all the infrastructure that makes the buildings actually function. Further along, the retaining wall has now been completed along this side, which is a solid milestone for the structural groundwork. Scattered around the site, there's plenty of materials ready to go, stacks of plaster and what looks like pallets of tiles. This suggests the internal fit-out work is well underway in certain sections. Between the buildings, you can also see that some of the upper scaffolding has been removed, opening things up a bit more and hinting at progress higher up. A little further along, there's metal framing materials laid out, likely to be used for internal walls. And on the far side, there's a massive trench running the length of the building. You can actually see parts of the electrical infrastructure being installed at this location as well. This is one of the clearest signs that the project is moving a more advanced phase where systems are being put in place, not just structure. So while it might not look dramatically different from the outside, there's definitely steady progress happening across the Pottery Lane development. We are now taking a closer look at Pilgrim Place development at Carlisle Square. And trust me, there's been some serious progress since the last update. This is one of the city's biggest construction projects, transforming right before our eyes, and it's happening faster than you might think. Starting right down at the very bottom of the site, one thing is immediately clear: progress here is moving fast. A lot more metal framework has now been installed on this side of the building, giving us a much clearer sense of the structure's final shape. And if we peek inside, you can see that the internal work is really picking up pace. More ducting and sprinkler systems have been installed, and there's been notable progress with the internal walls. Breeze block walls are also filling the gaps between the metal frames, making the building feel far more complete than before. Now here's something interesting. You might notice these plastic strips hang out from various sections of the build. I'll be honest, I'm no construction expert, so I don't know exactly what they are for. If you do, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Always great to learn something new from you guys. Moving a little further up the site, more exterior panels have been fitted to the building. These additions are really starting to define the look of the structure, turning it from skeletal frame into something much more recognisable. Now over on Warwick Street side, we're seeing bigger jump in progress. A lot more window frames have been installed along this elevation, and it's starting to give the building a polished, finished appearance. Around the back it's a similar story. More window frames and glass panels are being fitted across this side as well. And over what I'm calling Block 2, additional panels have been installed, continuing that steady transformation. It looks like someone may have had a bit too much fun here, because a few of the glass panels appear to have been smashed. Not exactly the kind of progress we like to see. And finally, right down at the bottom of the site, at the back, this is a big milestone. The first glass panels have now officially been fitted, It's always good to see that stage begin, as it really brings the building to life. So overall, plenty of progress across the Pilgrim Place development, both inside and out. It's amazing to see how quickly things are moving, and it'll be interesting to watch how this site evolves over the coming weeks. Now, I've got a quick update from the new His Majesty's Revenue and Customs building, where internal works are continuing as the fit-out progresses. Since my last update, just 2 weeks ago, there's been some notable progress. Caffè Nero has officially opened its doors. That's right, it's now up and running, and a great new spot for coffee. So we now have Caffè Nero, Tesco Express and Greggs all open for business. That means the first 3 retail units in the building are now operational. A big milestone for the site and a sign that things are really coming together. As for the remaining unit, I believe this is going to be taken over by Metro Bank. Nothing officially confirmed just yet, but it's definitely something I'll be keeping a close eye on. Now for a quick update on the Northumberland Street pavement improvement works. As you can see, there's been some visible progress. One of the biggest changes, trees have now been planted right down the middle of the street. This is part of the wide effort to make the area look more modern, greener and more pedestrian friendly. And to be fair, visually it's starting to take shape. Now here is where things get interesting. The project is officially scheduled to be completed in April this year, but looking at the current state of things, it's hard to see that actually happening. There's still quite a bit left to do, and progress doesn't seem to match the timeline. And now, a quick update on the restoration of the Tyne Bridge and the news on the new Gateshead Quays Arena and Conference Centre, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. First up, the Tyne Bridge. Now, we're nearly 2 years into its restoration, and you'd expect things to be well underway, right? Well, progress currently sits at around 25% complete. But this is where things get interesting. Engineers have now discovered the bridge needs over 2,000 repairs. That's double what was originally expected. And that changes everything. What was once a straightforward restoration has turned into a much bigger challenge. More repairs mean more time, more costs and more uncertainty. And with the bridge's 100th birthday coming up in 2028, the big question is, will it actually be finished on time? Because right now, it's far from guaranteed. Now, let's head over to the Gateshead Quays Arena, a project that's had its fair share of ups and downs. There's finally some movement. A £24 million cash injection from the Mayor has just been announced, and that's a big deal. But before you get too excited, there's a catch. The funding is only for the foundation work, basically preparing the site in the hope that the full arena will eventually be built. And here's the real kicker. That work isn't expected to start until 2028. Yes, 2028. So while that sounds like progress, we're still years away from seeing anything substantial, which raises the question, will this arena ever actually get built? At this stage, honestly, it's hard to say. So on one hand, we've got a historic bridge that could be facing delays, and on the other, a modern arena project that's still stuck in the early stages, with a very long road ahead. 2 huge projects, 2 big question marks. Do you think the Tyne Bridge will be finished by 2028? And do you believe the Gateshead Quays Arena will ever actually get built? Please let me know in the comments below. And that brings us to the end of this update. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a comment with your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think about the projects we've covered today. And don't forget to give the video a massive thumbs up, because it really helps the channel grow. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and hit that bell notification for when I release more videos. A massive thank you for watching. I will see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.